Thank you for plugging into this Family Life News podcast, streaming issues-driven, family-focused news.
On this edition of Faith Under Fire, Jim Harden. He's the executive director of Compass Care, a trio of pregnancy resource centers in central and western New York. We are remembering the decision 1 year ago from the Supreme Court that changed the abortion industry and the way that pro-life centers do their work as well. Jim, what is happening with you and Compass Care here a year after Dobbs?
Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health represents a key moral victory in the United States, and as the United States is the leader of the free world, it represents a key moral victory for Western civilization. I think that what has happened over the last year has raised awareness in the public consciousness about what it means to be human under God. We are made in God's image, and therefore equally valuable without qualification from the womb to the tomb, both the mother and the baby. And so, there's been a lot of pro-abortion domestic terror violence that's been focusing on pro-life pregnancy centers like Compass Care's in Buffalo. We obviously firebombed a year ago, June 7th, after the illegal, unprecedented leak of a full draft opinion of the Dobbs case. A lot of headway made in the United States of America over just the last year to save more lives from abortion. And we know that when you make abortion restricted or illegal in a state, that it does reduce the numbers of abortions in those states. And the contrary is also true. The more you deregulate abortion, the more you spend taxpayer dollars on abortion, like New York State does, it increases the numbers of abortion. Abortion is wrong everywhere and always. And so for the first time in the history of abortion in America, the pro-life community has the opportunity to compete head-on with this billion-dollar abortion complex with 21st century telehealth tools, reaching and serving women before they travel to New York State to get a surgical abortion or before they go online to the telehealth abortionist to get these dangerous drugs illegally shipped to them in the mail. So great news. And there's so much happening. Planned Parenthood is the biggest abortion offender in the world is engaging in mass layoffs. The Gallup poll came out recently, long-standing poll, basically showing that there's more people in America want abortion restricted than ever before. And so, you see the abortion industry and pro-abortion kind of politicians and extremists responding vehemently, violently in many cases, to just essentially protect the abortion industry. They don't care about women. They don't care about reproductive rights. They don't care about any of that. They care about what abortion gives them. Abortion gives them absolute power, the ability to decide who lives and who dies. And if we continue to vest the government or government officials with the power to decide who qualifies as a person protected under the law and who doesn't, it's a slippery slope. Because who's next? If it's preborn babies today, it might be those who want to protect preborn babies tomorrow, which is why I think we're being treated like second-class citizens by federal law enforcement. Or it could be whoever is most expensive to take care of. It could be the elderly. It could be whatever they want. It's a slippery slope, and all people need it. What does the Declaration of Independence say? It says we are endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights. The one that presupposes all other rights is the right to life. You can't have any other rights, of course, if you don't have the right to life. And if the government starts to fabricate rights like, say, abortion, then it will always compete with the inalienable ones like life. And so we're facing some great times ahead. Also, we're getting some significant headwinds. The Department of Homeland Security released a bulletin from the National Terrorism Advisory System warning of increased violence because of these judicial decisions. In fact, it says, and I'm reading now, factors that could mobilize individuals to commit violence include judicial decisions pertaining to socio-political issues, read there, abortion. Likely targets of potential violence include faith-based institutions. So there have been over 300 attacks on pro-life entities since the illegal, unprecedented breach of Supreme Court security last May 2nd, a year ago, 2022. and they're expecting more. So we're praying for safety. We're praying for peace so that pro-life people can continue to do what we do publicly, free from threat or violence or censorship, for that matter. So we expect great things to come. The Lord is moving wonderfully amongst us, and we're seeing lives saved from abortion every day, women and children both.
Have you noticed any changes in what's happening on the patients that call you? What's different or new in the last year?
What's different is that women, they're concerned that chemical abortion is dangerous and that they're not being fully informed about the dangers. And so there's pause there, which is a great news because women are being essentially abused by the fraudulent practices of the abortion industry. And so I think that's coming to their mind. Patient load is going up slightly. Patient load in non-abortion hub states for pregnancy centers is way up, which is a very encouraging.
Jim Harden is our guest on Faith Under Fire on Family Life. Harden is the director of the Compass Care facilities in Albany, Rochester, and Buffalo. I'm Greg Gillespie, Family Life News.